Yeah, guys, if there's like anything going on, seems like the Streamlabs OBS is acting a little funky. So just let me know. Let me know when things happen. I had to reset it during the intro. But anyways, how you guys doing today? Man, the Browns got destroyed. How you guys doing today? I got Kareem Hunt on my team. Couldn't even get it anywhere. So anyways, what we're going to be doing, let's go ahead and get out of that. What we're going to be doing is, there's a little echo. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had it in the background testing everything. I was wondering why that was happening. But anyways, we're going to be going over some dirt bike lunatic stuff. There's actually a video. This one right here. As soon as I saw that, I was like, man, we gotta have something going on. We have to have something going on. We gotta talk about this one. It's like, this is like these situations smart riders and the DDFM crew not necessarily live for. We really don't want to see it, but man, is this where we could really do some good, right? All right, guys. I want to say thank you real quick. Yeah, it's the wrong way to bark. Steve 496 Davies, welcome to the crew, baby. Guys, today we're having a good day, a great day. I know I like to hear myself, MacFire. Today we're gonna have a nice, easy classroom session. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna be doing some things. Loud pipes do not save lives, but got so much crap for that. It's weird how once I have an opinion that goes against other people, they tend to get really upset. You know, I don't know. What's up, Lenny Potter? How you doing? We're gonna go ahead and we'll just go ahead and move this back to here. It's like, hey, what's up, Mandy? What's up, buddy? This is Dirt Bike Lunatic, so thank you for the videos. But we're gonna, let's just put it back to where we were. That way you guys can kind of see what we're gonna get ourselves into. Let's see. Let's do it. Where is it at? Where's the thumbnail? Whatever, that's good enough. Loud pipes don't save lives. Yeah, when it comes to wrecking, but damn it, loud pipes make you feel good and scare after pressure break. Yeah, and that's the thing. And here's the thing: is like there's no studies either way, so that's why I have it's an opinion. The study about there's no real studies about loud pipes save lives, but the NHTSA does say that silent vehicles are more dangerous out on the road. They do say that, so that's one of their biggest concerns when it comes to electric vehicles. That's why they're starting to add noise to electric vehicles. So that right there kind of gives you some insight. It's like, oh, okay, well, so then that means noise is good, right? No, not necessarily. Noise isn't the best thing. It can help, but it's almost like the same aspect of, let's put a reflector on the top of our helmet. Like just on the top. It's like, well, it can help because it's a reflector, right? Well, it can't help because we have noise coming out of the backside of our tailpipes, right? Well, yeah, it can in very limited situations, but to say I don't need to do this, I don't need to do that, I have loud pipes, that's all I need. No, that's not all you need. And then I start getting the people saying, well, it's just one extra factor that helps me stay safe. It's like, well, is that an extra factor? You're going to spend $900 on a set of pipes that is going to do very little in terms of your safety. How about you spend $900 on a couple classes? How about you spend $900 on actual gear? Because typically the people that say loud pipes save lives don't have gear. So there's just like all these different things. There's all these different things, all these different reasons why I truly don't believe it's worth it. I don't believe it's worth it. As a way of saying that it's a safety thing. I bought these pipes because it's safe. Does any aftermarket manufacturer state that these pipes will help save your life? No. They tell you about the decibels. They tell you about the power output. They tell you about all that stuff. At no point is it ever a safety thing. You know what I mean? Whew. Guys, make sure you share this stream today. I'm seeing from Sus, YouTube notifications are not the best. Never give me a heads up. See, that's the problem, guys. Let's share this out. I want to say real quick, thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to everybody. If you want to go ahead and subscribe to the second channel, Motorcycle Training Concepts, where I describe and talk about a bunch of things on the bike. I do a lot of the on-bike stuff there, okay? Check it out. Yeah, I like to, yeah, same thing, Dat Fat Ripper. I don't like to rely on auditory noise. I like the visual noise. Yeah, so your blue furry helmet cover probably does more. It probably does more than loud pipes. Yeah. External PA systems to project an artificial car sound to help visually impaired pedestrians hear their cars come. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like Ferritin, they're wanting to do that for visually impaired pedestrians. But the thing is, if you have a visually impaired driver, they shouldn't be on the road anyways. But the thing is, it's like, well, the loud pipes don't help in the car driving aspect. They help with the pedestrians. So Tesla's looking out for the pedestrians. They're not looking out for motorcyclists, you know? So it's just weird. It's just weird. But it does help in different situations, yeah. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? We all need a whip antenna with the bright orange flags on the end. Yeah, see, that helps. But nobody wants to do that. They build cars to block out noise. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they got radio on. They're being distracted by other things. They got all these different things. Guys, make sure you sign in. We got 28 people signed into today's class. Click that like button to sign in, get credit for today's class. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. Yeah. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. But if you guys would like to become a member today, please do so. Please do so. It's the join button or the link in the chat right there. In fact, I'll go ahead and pin my comment so that anybody else comes in, just tell them. If anybody says, how do I become a member? Just say, well, click the link that's in the pinned comment. Marty, how you doing? I'm doing great this fine afternoon. I am doing great this fine afternoon. Really good, honestly. Yeah, Pantheon, you still got to keep your head on a swivel. Yeah, it's fine to have loud pipes. I'm not saying don't have them. I'm just saying don't say that that's the end-all, be-all for your safety. You know what I mean? Are there any reports on sirens becoming ineffective because cars block out so much of the outside noise? And that's the thing is I don't know of any definitive studies, but anecdotally, driving emergency vehicles, people still don't care. Their volume in their cars way too loud. It's soundproofed cars, basically. Still won't hear you until it comes up to the last second. And here's another thing, guys. When you're out on the interstate going over 55, 60 miles an hour, your sound travels, like you have to be right next to the vehicle for them to even hear you. You have to. There's studies on that when it comes to emergency vehicles. That's why a lot of emergency vehicles shut off lights and sirens when they get on the interstate, because it's only until the last second. I mean, how many of you guys have ever been riding on the interstate, riding, not in a car, but riding, and all of a sudden a trooper passes you, lights and sirens, and you don't hear them until last second. You actually see the lights and sirens in your mirrors before you even hear them, and then when they pass you, you hear them. So it's like loud pipes versus the siren. You know what I mean? What's going on here? What's going on here? All right, guys, let's go ahead and start.
Hello guys, welcome back to the new Dirt Bike Lunatic video. Today we're back with all new Epic Moto episode. And in this one, we got some angry people, some kind videos, police clips, and much more. So make sure to subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Sit back and enjoy. Let's start.
I already liked it. Snake. Little slither snake.
After almost running over this snake, this biker went back to try to move it off the road.
I guess we're gonna have a start. We're gonna start with a nice little friendly thing. Yeah, don't get hit.
Yes. Okay.
It's not your emergency, but just don't get hit. Well, that's interesting, Heavy Harris. That's a danger noodle. Slither snake.
Guys, is this venomous snake or not? Please write down your answers in the comments.
Okay. We're gonna move on to something else real soon, don't worry. Look at him, he's trying so hard. You have gloves, dude. That snake's not gonna be able to bite through your gloves. Just pick it up. Pick it up. Just pick it up from the center. Pick it up from the center. we've had to pick these things up. It's probably just a little brown snake. It eats rattlesnakes and bugs, you know, whatever it is, depending on the snake. But it's probably a good little boy. It's probably a good boy. Run, 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 run. All right, here we go. Ooh, imagine falling off the side of that. Oh, late swerve. Did a decent job doing it, though. Oh, white stage until last second. Good swerve. Oh, you got a little brown in you. You good? All right. So with this one, I want to point out something. All right, so last second, where's my pen? Let's go ahead and get my pen up. Come on now. There we go. So we're traveling. This guy's gonna go last second and swerve. So he didn't have the total stopping distance that he should have. Also, this motorcycle rider does not have a rock form mount. Nothing really against him. I had a ram mount for a very long time, but rock form's a little better, just saying. Use code DanDan25. But anyways, you're gonna notice that we're in lane position 2. Okay, about like 2.5. Okay, we're like right here. So as soon as he sees this person swerve out of the way, all this guy does, all our guy has to do is just do this real quick and pretty much get into a lane filtering position. Being over here and having to swerve all the way to the right is a little bit scary. So when you position yourself for safety, remember you want to position yourself for line of sight, escape pass, and space cushion. Great space cushion, very good space cushion. Good line of sight because the space cushion affords it. So right here, if you're super close, look at your vision. You can't really see me, but then the further you get away from the thing in front of you, you can see around that thing really easily. So that's why he has good vision. That's why I like having a good space cushion, is because you have great vision. And then his escape routes, he's choosing to be on the right side so he can escape to the right because you have this big wall over here. You can't really do much when it comes to that. So good job. As soon as you see that, that is that uncommon thing in a common situation. It's like, oh crap, we have a car driver swerving to the right. Why is he swerving to the right? It really doesn't matter at this point because we have somebody stopped here. It's like, okay, well, if this car driver decided to swerve to the right, I'm probably gonna have to get ready for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move over a little bit. So right here, he's gonna start moving to the right, and it's all zoomed in, but you can kind of tell that now we're like right here. So even if we stayed right here, we should be good. But another concern that we might have is that these car drivers, all of these, might want to go to the right also. Because what? Our lane right here, this new lane that we're in, is moving, and this lane isn't. So that's a big, scary thing. What's up, Felicima? How you doing, man? But you see now how we're just barely moved over? That's really all I have to do sometimes, but I'm still concerned. So I got past the initial hazard. So I'm going to go ahead and see if there's no one in my mirrors, and I'm going to move to the right even more, especially if I don't have to turn left and if I'm just going straight, and this is also a straight road or a through traffic road. I'll just move over anyways, once again, to position myself for safety, to locate these hazards. I located these hazards right here, and I'm just going to adapt to these hazards by moving over. Okay, guys, plan. Okay, we haven't had to negotiate anything yet. Go back to the P, go back to the L, go back to the A, consistently, N if you have to. Did a good job, though. Did a great job. Oh, there's an impact. What do you do in this situation? It looks like it's an easy fender bender. Okay, I guess you can leave. Is that a copper? Oh, he's gonna let a cop know. Is he like scared to pull onto the gravel?
Excuse me, sir. There was a little wreck up there. I don't know if they've called it in yet, but it's right there at the intersection of...
42nd?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go check it out.
All right. Thank you for your service, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Very good. That's all you have to do. Amazing.
This biker almost got his bike stolen in the middle of the street.
Oh. I would take a right-hand turn right there. Move over, take a right-hand turn. Uncommon thing, common situation. Exactly. Uncommon thing, common situation. That's a very good example of an uncommon thing in a common situation right there. Okay, when you see something like this, you just gotta be like, okay, nothing good's gonna happen with this. He's blocking my escape. This dude's not supposed to be there, kind of walking towards me. In this situation, what I would do, be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get some gas. See you later, bye, and then just move on. You know, if anything gives you the heebie-jeebies like that, that's immediate orange stage. Yeah, super sketch body language. Exactly. It's like, no, trust your gut in this situation. Move over. Go through the parking lot. Do what you need to do. Okay. Let's go ahead and watch that.
Street.
Nope. Go. Shoulda go. Shoulda gone. I missed it. I was looking at the Discord. Sorry. Oh, uncommon. Oh, got clipped. That's scary. Not much you can do in that other than swerve. Okay. This is ridiculous. Let's just watch it.
Before they start, guys, please do not try this. This could be very dangerous and painful for you.
Put your cameras up, right? Oh, that hurts. Ow. Ow. That didn't feel good. Oh, man. These might hurt life. Oh, these might hurt a lot. Oh, that smells nice. That smells good. Oh, yep, okay. What do we do? Where do we go? Uh-oh. How you doing? How you doing, Mike? How you doing? What? Are you okay?
Gotta watch out for your electronics.
Hey, look at this.
Anything for content, right? Alright, there we go. Sunlight, stacked cars, maybe a switch lane. There it is. He saw it though. Good job. I guess that's a way to clean your helmet too.
Punch their window! Punch their window!
No. No, don't punch their window. All right, so one of the things here is we have a stacked line of cars right away. Okay, we got a stacked line of cars in both lanes even, and our lane is nice and smooth. Another thing that we have to worry about here is we have the sun wanting to peek out. We have also left turners here, and this is actually an intersection right here. And then we're going to keep drawing all over the screen because there's hazards galore. Now, the only thing that I'm going to take that back, not the only thing, but one of the things that I really like about what's happening here with this motorcycle rider, he's going nice and smooth, not going super fast. We're just moving along and we're prepped and ready. So he's actually in orange stage. He's doing a great job. And I'm going to say he, I don't know if it's a he or she, but the rider is doing a great job prepping for this situation. You see how he positioned himself for safety, or the rider themselves for safety? I don't know. So we got lane position 1, 2, and 3. Originally, we're like right here, and now we're right here. So just that little bit was really good because it's going to help prep for anything else coming up. You notice how he modulated, I keep saying he, I'm just going to say he modulated his speed for this situation. So we're going to go back just a little bit, and you're going to notice we're catching up to this the car driver with the arrow right there. We're actually catching up, and we're getting closer and closer and closer to the blind spot. And then all of a sudden, just a simple roll off the throttle and made it to where he stayed behind the vehicle just in case that vehicle swerved left. Almost like you're staying staggered with cars, just like you would if you're with another motorcycle. Just watch. Now roll off. Very good. Prepped and ready. Now there's many factors. Okay, we got that sun, like I said. We have the merging issue. We had that intersection, so we were already prepped and ready, and he was situationally aware to see that, hey, you know, I'm getting close to this vehicle right here. I see that they're starting to creep over the slash lines, and now I was getting closer to the blind spot. Let's go ahead and roll off the throttle, so I'm just not in an area that is going to be blind to the driver for their vision, and if they move over, it's not going to be affecting me too much because they just kind of scooted over, and I was staggered. So that's the whole point of orange stage, and all he had to do was roll off the throttle a little bit. He should have gotten a rock form mount. That's perfectly fine, though. Go ahead and keep your thing. But the thing is, he was able to get himself out of that situation, the blind spot situation, remove that factor. Did a great job. Did a great job. Angie, I don't know if I'll do that. I don't know.
Punch me a window. Punch me a
No, you don't do that. Don't punch windows. Don't punch windows. Uh-oh.
This biker recorded a hit and run scene where this guy tries to stop the running vehicle. Check it out.
I have an FTR 1200S from Indian. Hello, JT.
Estoy filmando, amigo.
Shouldn't have done that. Just put it in idle and let it creep.
Ya venga el tráfico y saquéla con el tráfico, mae.
Lost your shoe. This is the video right here. What do we do? What do we do? I'll try to do. There we go.
A knife or something. Somebody, a knife. A knife. You guys have a knife to pop this, please. We got a knife. Stay back.
Step.
Backwards. Move your head backwards. Please, thank you. We're here. We're here.
You're okay?
We're here.
Stay back, Mom.
Where's the bitch? That baby in the back? Anybody in the back? Can you? Somebody press this open.
No, wait.
You don't just break glass to break glass. Try before you pry.
Nobody's back there?
Stay there, are you okay?
Seatbelt.
Easy.
Seatbelt. Cut the seatbelt.
Wait, let me go inside. Wait.
No, you just cut the seatbelt.
Let me.
Alright, you guys can lay her down. Get over here. Get her by the grass. Get her by the grass.
Right?
Westbound.
He took it off? You're okay? Can you breathe normal?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Can you breathe normal?
I'm just a little dizzy.
Let me see your hand.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's
Okay.
Baby cut.
Okay, just sit down.
It's just a little glass. Probably crawling out.
Thank you so much.
Relax.
In
Just
this
sit down,
situation,
relax,
water's
and-
okay.
Yeah.
Driving, I really saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. Like she was like in the lane, and then like that car from the middle lane just swerved right.
The police and the fire department are on their way right now. You said you probably have video?
Yeah,
Okay. Because what we'll do is we'll relocate probably off of the top of Harlem in a second.
Okay. Do you need to wait for me, or you can call me?
I need to talk to her real quick.
Oh yeah.
So there's another officer coming.
So you want me to wait for you, or what?
Yeah, wait for it.
Oh yeah.
All right, we won't check out the full clip because it says that like he didn't see it. He didn't see the full thing. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring the chat back up. Red Raven, welcome. Woo! Yeah. All right, so this is the moment that we witness or we see that there is a motor vehicle accident. This is where everything starts to really come into play. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? If you want to do something, this is not the moment in time to start making things up and pretending that you have your own training. This is where you need to have the training first and foremost. Okay, you don't get your training how to corner while you're in the middle of cornering. Okay, so you don't get your medical training on a medical scene. You get it prior to that. So this is right here where I'll start doing my scene size up. I'm going to double check, make sure it's safe for me to even pull over in the first place. So there's no cars behind me. Hopefully not. I'm going to protect my backside because there is a lot of cop cars, a lot of fire trucks that do get hit on situations like this, parking behind the incident. So if anything, I might have pulled into the front way ahead. My bike's not going to protect the scene. My bike's just going to get hit first. That's pretty much all that's going to happen. So I'd probably get in the front. That way I can get a good glance and good look at what's happening, how many patients, and then pull over so I get a little bit more information. Also, I kind of want to park closer because if I do have medical supplies or if I have extra things I can pull out from my my bike, I will. That way I don't have to run back and run forward or run back and run forward. Those are the kinds of things that I'll be working on with that. So the whole scene size up thing. Okay, cool. We have also the mechanism of injury right here. It's a rollover incident. Anything rollover is going to be very high mechanism because you're going to have multiple areas of impacts basically. So every time it hits the ground, that's another impact area. That's another portion of the body that got slammed in different directions instead of just a simple head-on or a simple T-bone where it's just a boom first impact and then you're kind of, back to normal with this, it's like boom, 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 boom. So you have more issues like that. So hopefully she's wearing her seatbelt. The airbags were there. Turns out it was, but a lot of times it's not the case. So safer vehicles nowadays will actually make more green walking wounded. So now that we got that situated, a lot of the stuff happens prior to even touching a patient. So that's why I want you guys to know these things. So right there, that was a great thing, is to just immediately call 911, get that chain of survival going. Okay, so first you have on-scene people, but then you have to call 911 to get the pre-hospital care with EMS, emergency medical services, like EMTs, firefighters, police officers, whoever can show up on scene first. And then you take them to the hospital. So that's, instead of pre-hospital care, now it's hospital care. So that's more of a definitive care, so like surgeries and stuff like that. So you have to get it started. The first person on scene or the first couple people on scene have to get that started by doing this, okay? So you have to call 911 at least. So great job on him. One thing that you can do, it says Cardo on the top right, is you can start dialing it and then put your phone away and you can talk through your Bluetooth headset while you're trying to talk to the patient or do something. So you can talk to 911 through your helmet. That's why I actually like to have my helmet on. If I ever got on one of these scenes, keep my helmet on because it is going to be protection. It's going to be eye protection for glass or anything like that. And it's going to be full head protection. And I have a communication system that I can talk to dispatch, and I have the speakers or the headphones that I have through the Cardo. So that's one thing I like about it. It's not going to be a hindrance to me, and if anything, I could just shut it off and then get back on the phone if I had to.
A knife or something. Somebody a knife. A knife.
That's a panic right there. One thing that we could have been doing is we could just straight up open the door. Okay, we can just straight up open the door. I'm gonna go ahead and hide you from the channel, Raphael. Sorry, man. Shouldn't been doing that. Anyways, just open the door. So I mentioned it during the initial part is you're going to try before you pry. Okay, so before you try to pry a door open, before you start trying to break things, before you start trying to do certain things, you try the handle first and see if it opens. That way you don't create damage. That way you don't waste time. Just try before you pry. Okay.
You guys have a knife to pop this, please. We got a knife. Stay back.
Step.
Move your head backward. Please, thank you. We're here. We're here.
You're okay?
Okay, as soon as you have that and you have access to the inside, just reach in and open the door. It's as simple as that. Another thing is you can try it through the back door, which is typically where I like to go because I don't want to open that front door and just have them fall down because that might be supporting them. We don't know 100%. So I'd open the back door and kind of get in and have a better look and see what's happening before we start moving the patient. So if you have full gear, gloves, pants, jacket, boots, and a helmet, you're pretty much protected from a lot of things that could be inside there. And so the main concern really is sharp objects, and it's not just glass. We're talking about jagged aluminum, jagged steel, you know, whatever it is, metal. It can really go through a lot of things, even your leather gloves. So be very careful where you put weight. Be very careful where you place your hands and knees and elbows. Your feet should be pretty much secured when it comes to anything that's sharp. But when you go inside, go ahead and take a look and start asking questions before we start moving the patient. There's no reason to really take the patient out right now unless the patient is not breathing or they have poor circulation, they're bleeding out somewhere. So if you're able to say something to the patient, you're able to talk to the patient, just leave the patient in there. What you can do is in this situation, if the patient does want to get out, then you have to let them know, or just let them know, hey, you know what, if you're not hurt and everything, let's go ahead and do it. But if you are hurt, let's go ahead and stay in here and wait for EMS. If anything, let's try to make you more comfortable. So in this situation, the patient's upside down, probably being strapped in by the seatbelt. So the moment they cut that seatbelt, the patient's going to fall and hit the ground. Now that right there, guess what? They're upside down, fall and hit the ground. That means their head and neck comes first. And now you have an issue with possible spinal injury. So that's why there's a bunch of different things that needs to happen prior to moving the patient, is you need to secure the patient, do all these things. And I keep saying this, and I'm trying to bring it to you from an EMT's point of view, but as a bystander, what is it that you can do? Pretty much just talk to the patient. And the only time you want to cut that seatbelt, or the only time you want to remove that helmet, or the only time you want to move the patient in some weird way is if there is an emergency. So in this situation, if the patient's not breathing or they're bleeding out like crazy, or their heart stopped, yeah, go ahead and cut the seatbelt and take the risk of a possible spinal injury, because you're trying to pull the patient out so you can breathe for them. You're going to try to pull the patient out because you need to do CPR. So if you're concerned, it's like, well, I'm going to maybe paralyze the patient. Well, if you don't do anything, the patient's going to die anyways. And if it ever gets to that situation, then go ahead and do what you feel like you need to do. Okay. It's a lot like pulling a person out of a car that's on fire. It's like, well, if I don't pull the person out of the car that's on fire, well, they're going to burn up to death. But I don't want to do it because I don't want to get in trouble with the law just in case I accidentally mess something up. And that right there gets a lot of people killed. So if you can, do what you know, which is going to be through accidentscene.org, take the class. But from what I'm telling you from in this video right here is just go in through the back, start asking questions. If the patient's fine, if they're talking, great. Go ahead and cut the seatbelt, let them walk out, let them make all the choices because they have the consent. They're educated on that. If they're not all the way there and you start making crazy judgments, that's outside your scope of practice, which is outside of your skills, basically. You could run into some problems unless you have a really good Samaritan law in your area and you're acting in good faith and you're acting in a way that you're trying to help the patient. You should be covered, but make sure you check out your Good Samaritan laws.
We're here.
Stay back, Chloe.
Where's the bitch? That baby in the back? Anybody in the back? Can you?
So when she said anybody in the back and they're saying no, one's if you don't have a driver that is conscious. So the one way you can figure that out is through your scene size up and looking out. So when you open that back door and you see a car seat, or you open that back door and you see a bunch of like, kids' toys, then you can start to think, okay, is there another patient back here? Is there a child? And sometimes you'll find a child stuck underneath something, or squished in between stuff, or completely ejected from the car. And then you have to start looking around the area for a child. So these are things that you definitely want to look for and ask. You don't want to just ask and take their word for it, because we've all seen traumatic brain injuries. We've seen concussions on this channel. So you want to ask, but then also do your own investigation. Remember, like, ride your own ride, but it's just like do your own investigation.
Somebody burst this open.
No, wait.
Try before you pry.
Somebody good.
Why bust it open when you can get a full doors open instead of just the windows area? Just get the full door open.
Easy, really.
Blitzen, it's happened. I've had to search for
Nobody's back there?
ejected patients with a thermal imaging
stay
camera
there,
at
stay
2 in the
there,
morning
okay?
many times.
Seatbelt.
Okay, so right here, this is perfectly fine. One of the problems, though, is that you could have jagged glass cutting through. So also based off a mechanism, you want to be very careful. But if the patient decides they want to do this and they want to get out themselves, you don't really force them to stay in. If they want to get out, come on out. I'll help you try to get out, but this is your choice. And thankfully, we have a camera to help record that. My main concern is the glass on the ground. You'll see that at the end she has cuts in her hands. Well, then just go ahead and put like your jacket or a blanket down if you can, or kick the glass away before having the patient come out, because that can be kind of a problem. You don't want to get cut up, but thankfully this patient's doing pretty well.
Easy.
Seatbelt. Cut the seatbelt.
Wait, let me go inside. Wait. Let me.
All right, you guys gotta lay.
So that's what the inside of a car looks like when it's been in a car crash. So if you notice that she was actually on the other side as the driver, and then they cut seatbelts. So I'm not too, I don't know exactly how, where this happened, is that she was supposed to be on this side, but then I see the seatbelts cut right here on this side. So I don't know if there was a driver. I don't know if she was the passenger. I don't know if they just cut this seatbelt thinking that was a part of what she was at. But if she was the only person in the vehicle, she should have been on this side. So I don't know where any of this happened. I don't know why they didn't just get on from the other side. I wasn't there, but here's the thing. You do what you have to do and get them going.
You guys gotta lay her down. Get over here. Get her by the grass. Get her by the grass. Westbound.
He took it off?
Austin Avenue.
You're okay? Can you breathe normal?
I'm okay. Yeah.
So that right there, it's blurred out. She's got some cuts on her hands, probably from putting weight on some glass.
Can you breathe normal?
I'm just a little dizzy.
Let me see your hand.
No, I'm okay.
So I'm just a little dizzy. That could just be having her brain sloshing around and the cerebral spinal fluid colliding with the skull. She might not have gotten unconscious, but a traumatic brain injury can be from the most minute, like simple little head knock headache type thing to completely removing your brain out of your skull. So when she says she's a little dizzy, that is a very, very, very minor symptom from a traumatic brain injury. And that's because her brain was sloshing around a little bit during that rollover. If you sit here and you shake your head as not even that hard, and you just keep doing that for a little bit, you get a little dizzy and you start to get like a little of like your brain starts to feel a little painful. So imagine going through a rollover accident, and that's probably what she's coming down from.
Okay. I'm okay. It's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just sit down.
Some water, relax.
Thank you so
So I talk about not having water all the time, but she's a walking wounded. This is her choice. But this brings up a great question from Angel Crisis. How do you handle a situation where others are doing something wrong while you're trying to do something correctly? In that situation, you do need to make it a point that you are the authority on the subject until somebody else with more experience or more training can take over. So in that situation, there's been situations where I pulled up on an accident and I have announced who I was, my name, my rank, what I did, how much experience, and then I just go in. I just take over. So, and if somebody at that scene, which hasn't happened yet, says, well, I'm a paramedic with this, I'd be like, great, how can I assist you? That's how I change my tone. When I come into the scene, it's like, hey, my name is Daniel. I'm a firefighter EMT with the city of Yuma for over 10 years. I would like to provide some assistance, and I'd like to talk to the patient. And then boom, I'd go in and I start talking to the patient. But if I ever said that and somebody's like, well, I'm a paramedic with Mesa Fire Department in Phoenix, Arizona, I'd be like, great, how can I assist you? So you have to modulate that stuff, because remember, it's all about the patient. It's not about me. It's not about the paramedic. It's about the patient. I haven't had to deal with that yet. I've had nurses come in and try to say something, and then they walk away because it turns out they're not pre-hospital care nurses. We're pre-hospital care. They're definitive care. I talked about that with the chain of survival. So they're not used to the pre-hospital setting. They're used to having everything sterile, everything, the patient's in the bed, everybody ready, the IV's already set up. So there's kind of like that. So you just kind of go in and say who you are, and what you want to do. And then if somebody says, well, I have a higher level of care than you and I know what I'm doing, then you just say, okay, great, how can I assist you? And that's where you go with that.
Relax. Just sit down, relax.
But yeah, you take over. You literally take over if you're the only one. And say, no, don't do that. And they'll be like, oh, okay, cool,
like,
no water
she was,
then,
like,
sorry.
in the lane, and then like their car from the middle lane just swerved right.
Yeah, it's sad, Nitrous Ninja.
You said you probably have video?
Yeah,
I've been seeing that quite a bit, and it's like,
Probably off at the top of Harlem in a second.
Okay, do you need to wait for me, or you can call me?
I need to talk to her real quick.
Okay.
So there's another officer coming.
So you want me to wait for you, or what?
Yeah, wait for her.
Oh, yeah.
Portland, 2 wheels. He's in Portland.
And there we go. Easy, so easy. Everything I do is just so easy. Mix it up.
I think my headset died.
Mix up that gas, boy. Jump on it.
I think my headset died. 1 second.
And there goes my chain, bro. Fuck. I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, my headset died. So anyways, we're going to go back to class real quick while Matt is going to help me set up the wired portion of it, because he forgot to charge my headset. So during this time, if there's any questions about what we just witnessed when it comes to medical, I think this is a great opportunity to talk about that. Let me know what's going on, guys. Come on, Matt. What the heck? Bear with me, everybody. Bear with me. There we go.
Me.
There we go. Is that another slithery snake on the ground? Best advice for riding in the winter. In what way? Are we talking like snow? Are we talking like just how cold it can get? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Or what you think. Let me know what it is that you're trying to ask. Like, is your hands getting cold? Are you going longer distances? I do have videos on how to ride in the winter or in cold weather. But my cold weather is a lot different than a lot of people's cold weather. My cold weather is just cold weather, not snow on the ground, stuff like that. Watford YouTube, you like this? Well, maybe hit that subscribe button, guys. Click that join button, too, if you want to. It's $2 a month. You get the emoji. You see how Prodigal Stranger, Angel Crisis, and Dat Fat Ripper and Dale Duncan has the beards. You want a beard, too, just like mine. Let me know if that's what you want, because why did I even say that? I don't know why I said that, but I know that's what you want. That's right, Wofford. Woo! So for me, I am a sheriff. I would say, hey, Sergeant McKinley with blah, blah, blah. Yep. SRT fire. Exactly. And a lot of times when people hear that kind of stuff, great point, SRT fire. When the general public hears something like that, it's like, oh, okay. You could be lying too, but I don't want you guys lying. The thing is, like, they'd be like, oh, okay, because it's an emergency situation, and they default to the public safety. And if you just allow them to know who you are, what you do, I'm going to start doing stuff, they're like, that's what I want. So that's great. That's great. Jackie, for new here from Tennessee, welcome, guys. The Discord is absolutely free too. You might want to click that link. You didn't notice you were subscribed, Steve Bug? Glad I helped you.
And there we go. Easy, so easy. Everything I do is just so easy. Mix it up. Mix up that gas, boy. Jump on it.
Cops might think you're actually being reckless if you do that.
And there goes my chain, bro.
Oh, it's a chain.
I knew that was gonna happen. Dude, I'm gonna have to push my bike home. Oh, me. Thank you. I think the master link fell off, so I'm kind of but thanks for grabbing it. Sorry about that.
I feel bad. I watched that happen.
It's all good.
It's way too low.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you guys having trouble hearing me? Thought nothing of it, but it went wrong here. Whoa. See, that's the whole fighting for your position that is it frustrates me. Awesome.
Omdat ik naast hem nog een beetje ruimte heb. Sorry? Ik neem ruimte over voor hem. Niks aan de hand, rustig aan. Er is niks aan de hand.
Whoa, she went like right on that dude's butt towards the end. Look at that. She's gonna start to accelerate into him. Look at that. She accelerated with him. She's not very good with her space cushions. She's that kind of driver that I don't like to be. So I choose to keep giving that space cushion. But I don't like drivers like this that just like get right on bumpers. You know what I mean? At stoplights. So let's go back just a little bit. And right here, this is what I'm talking about though. When it comes to fighting for your own lane, don't do it. You're at the bottom of the totem pole. You're not really there to really have a good fight. You know, all it takes is somebody slightly pit maneuvering you and boom, crushed your leg. What's up, Alex? How you doing? So we're moving, and now we're getting into this position, and this person's gonna try to take our lane, and we're gonna accelerate into it. Okay, now we just put ourselves in danger. That right there is what I'm talking about. Don't fight for your lane for that reason, because it's not worth it. You know, just so we can be in front. It's like, yeah, you know, you split us up. Yeah, you know, you shouldn't have done that. But the thing is, she's already there. Now we're going to accelerate into a very small gap, hoping that we don't get hit or severely hurt, all because of an ego and pride thing where it's like, this is my lane. This is my lane. You're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there. And it kind of goes back to a lot of the stuff that you hear in motorcycle classes is to protect your lane. That's one thing. But to fight for your lane is where you take it a little too far. Protecting your lane would be being over into lane position 3. Hey, Joey Jackson, welcome. So to protect your lane, what you do is you stay towards the middle of the lane. So that way a car can't go left or right around you. And that's kind of what protecting your lane is all about. But when it comes to fighting for your lane is when a car decides to come into here and then all of a sudden we're like, no, don't do it. And then we're going to get right in front of them. That right there is not what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is just kind of get into a path of travel to where they can't get around you, that is protecting your lane. If they choose to still try to take it, let them. Okay, that's the third thing that you tried. You know, it's not going to work. So right here, it's like, well, we haven't protected our lane. Okay, we haven't. So now this car is going to take it, and fine, that's perfectly fine. I personally don't choose to protect my lane 100% of the time. I purposely don't try to. If somebody wants to take the spot, they take the spot. I'm still just going to keep my 360 situational awareness, and all I'm doing is planning for my safety, guys. I am positioning myself for safety, locating hazards, adapting to hazards, negotiating the threats. That's all I do. I don't care about protecting anything. It's not my job to protect anything. It's my job to stay away from other vehicles. So when you see something like this guy just pulled, or this woman just pulls out in front of us, what do? Well, we just let them have it. We're on a comm system. We're on our Cardo, Pack Talk, Bold, Slims, Free Comms, whatever it is. Click the link in the description for a discount. But anyways, this person's going to come into that area. I'm just going to talk to my buddy, be like, hey, car behind you, cut me off. We're all good. We're still turning left. I'll catch up to you later. That's it. That's all you have to do. Don't fight for it like this. This person's already in there. It's like, okay, now I'm going to accelerate. We got an intersection. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. That just opens you up for danger. It opens you up for a crash, close call, all these things. So the person created the close call, but now we're going to make it worse. The person creates the close call. You have no control over that. Let them have that. Boom, end of story. Now it's not a worse close call, and now it's not a possible crash, okay? Steven Jackson, thank you so much for the donation, man. Appreciate it. But that's what I would do. And then if you want to have an argument later, fine, whatever. I'm going to be talking to my buddy on the Pack Talk and call it a day. End of story. Moving on. Michael, exactly. My dad taught me it never pays to be dead right. You can be right all day long, but if you're dead, it doesn't matter. Boom. Exactly. So Dat Fat Ripper. So Freecom 4 is amazing too. So guys, I want you guys to understand that with the Cardo systems, the Freecom's amazing. Cardo up there. I have a Pack Talk Bold. I have the Pack Talk Slim. I haven't tried a Freecom, so I might see if I can have them send it out to me. That way, I don't need one. I just want to test it out and see how good it is. But a lot of these are really, 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 really good. So you should be fine.
This biker got busted because he was going allegedly 73 in a 50-mile zone. Now let's
The Red Egg, how you doing, man?
or not.
Saw you just go about 35 minutes ago southbound.
Okay. Okay. I don't.
Southbound?
No, sir. Not in this street.
You got a red bike with this kind of outfit on?
I've heard that before. I didn't go down 7th though. I went down 16th this time. Went up South Mountain. Did my thing and was cruising down.
Yeah, so you don't have any ID?
No, sir. And everything's insured and registered.
All right, let's watch it. I'm sorry, guys. I missed it. I was answering questions. So let's go ahead. I missed it.
This biker got busted because he was going allegedly 73 in a 50-mile zone. Now let's see, will he get ticket or not?
Saw you just go about 35 minutes ago southbound.
Okay. Okay. I don't.
Southbound?
No, sir. Not in this street.
You got a red bike with this kind of outfit on?
I've heard that before. I didn't go down 7th though. I went down 16th this time. Went up South Mountain. Did my thing and was cruising down.
Yeah, so you don't have any ID?
No, sir. And everything's insured and registered.
Where's your insurance?
It's at home.
Which bike is
This is mine.
this? Turn your helmet off for a second so I can take a look. Since you don't have ID with you, this will identify you. So you did have an Arizona license, yes, at one point? Your license in the state of Arizona, where I couldn't even find you in Texas. Suspension, and it says withdrawal, which means the withdrawal date was back in July 4th. The reason was failure to clear. This isn't you, or you haven't racked up this many violations.
Definitely not.
You need to,
Fact.
to go to the court system and the DDFM system to get this cleared up if you're really telling me that's not you.
Yeah, no, I will for sure.
It's going to be a hard hole to dig out of with that many suspensions.
I can't believe it.
Say you're crazy riding for outdoor places and stuff like that. It's not like you're the fastest guy out here. Like I said, I gave you a break on the first one, but you need to
No, yes, sir.
catch it down. You know, I
Yes,
could be
sir.
riding you too,
Yes, sir.
or I could have got you the first time. So you're talking 30 minutes early.
Right?
That's it. So he's got like a suspended. He got all these things racked up. I mean, just look. But I kind of want to see. So allegedly 73 and a 50. That's what that was. Is he gonna say anything? Yeah, it's criminal speeding.
They got me, man. Luckily he let me ride away though, because last time that happened, they cuffed me.
So that was your you just lied to it. Okay.
And they took my bike right away. They did not hesitate. They didn't give a shit. They were like, all right, you're going to jail. And then he put me in handcuffs and took my bike. And I was like, what the?
Oh, now, man, ain't gonna be no nasty cussing.
So here's the thing. Here's absolutely the thing. Yeah, he's definitely part of that. You could do whatever you want and say whatever you want to a cop. You could do whatever you want. I'm not saying do it. I'm saying being honest. What I'm saying is you could do whatever you want. The great thing about the United States is that you have to be found guilty. It's not your job to put yourself and make yourself guilty. It's not your job to do that. It's their job to prove it. So I'm just saying, be honest with cops, but you don't have to incriminate yourself. Okay? They have to prove it. And it's obvious the cop didn't have proof, so he let him go based off of that, but he did let him know, hey, you got a lot of suspensions, you got a lot of this, you had an Arizona driver's license, you don't now. So, I'm just saying, if you don't do this stuff, you can be honest, right? Does it to other cars. Does it to other cars. Yeah, after the statute of limitations. Good swerve, baby. Yeah, keep looking ahead. There's more stuff usually. Oh, there's more. Yeah, look ahead, look ahead. So that right there is what I'm talking about, everybody. Let's watch that. Let's watch that again. All right, so we're going to be riding down the main highway over here. Wherever we are at, the rider is going to see something in the roadway. Remember, it's roadway surfaces, roadway hazards, so plan your whole ride. You know, position yourself for safety, locate these hazards. He locates it, and he's going to adapt to the hazard, and all you had to do is switch over one lane position, which is like a minor swerve, really, because you do it anyways when you're riding, just moving lane positions. Like, it's not a big deal. And he's negotiating that hazard if he had to. It really wasn't, or the threat, it really wasn't, because it was just kind of in the way. He just had to move over a little bit. One thing he could do is have himself a rock form mount. Boom, boom, grab yourself a rock form mount using the code in the description. Yes, I will plug things in. I will. Got to pay the bills. YouTube doesn't like it when I play crashes. So anyways, we're going to be moving forward. Okay, why is this vehicle on the shoulder? Why is this vehicle swerving to the right? This vehicle right here is on the shoulder. This vehicle's moving to the right. It's kind of weird, huh? What's that? Huh? What's going on, right? Uncommon thing in a common situation. Once you have that gut feeling, you are going to need to go into orange stage. Orange stage, you're prepped and ready for something. You're really starting to scan for those escape routes. You're covering those brakes. You're getting ready to swerve. You are ready, because all of a sudden an uncommon thing in a common situation pops up right there. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move forward a little bit more. All right, tire flew off. Let's go ahead. Got some alligator skin on the ground right there. So we got a tire right here. He did a great job swerving around the tire. He's still within his lane. You know, he's not going off the lane. He still has plenty of room over here on the left. You have these little rumble strips, though, so that might be a little scary when it's all bumpy. But he did a great job going around this. Now, that's just one hazard. That's just one. Keep your eyes on the road until you're free and clear. You pass the hazard, don't look back. You've seen it once. You don't need to look back and figure out what it really was, because you already know what it was. So once you pass it, move on to the next hazard, because you got more debris on the road. We got this right here, and then we're going to see some more stuff up here. There's going to be a lot of different things that are going to be possible problems for us. Remember, it's not just about running it over and calling it a day. It could have a nail in it. It could get launched up, slice your fuel line. It could slice up a brake line. It could slice up your clutch lever. It could hit you in the toe, maybe break your toe. It could get launched up into your shin. If you didn't have protective gear, boom, now you got a gash in your shin. So it's just not something you want to do, okay? It's just not something you want to do. So we're going to, oh, there we go. So we take our hands off, but then we got more stuff. It's like, what do we do with this? Now, it looks a little minor, but like I said, it could get launched up and hurt some things. Great job adapting to those hazards, baby. Did a great job. Great job. Good swerve. Keep your eyes on the road. Hands on the handlebars. There it is. You see how it's like, oh, crap. The thing is, his fundamental skills kicked in. He was a smart rider, situationally aware, kind of lapsed a little bit, but got back into it really quick. He has fundamental skills kicked in, so he maintains them, right? He goes to a parking lot, watches motorcycle training concepts to get more of that stuff. He has gear on. It looks like he's got full gear. He doesn't have to rescue anyone, and he's teaching us, damn, 4 out of 5 on the Smart Rider principles, only because there's nobody that got hurt that he can help out. Amazing job. I love seeing these things because this is a great learning lesson for all of us. All right, let's move on to the next one. Dark Princess, hi. I just want to say big thank you, Dan. I just passed my endorsement course. Whoa, 1 sec. Whoa. Dark Princess just passed her endorsement course. Your videos have helped me tremendously. I want to see some biker waves for Dark Princess in the chat. Biker waves for Dark Princess in the chat. I'm going to do a few woos. I'm doing them. I'm going back and forth. Let's get some biker waves in the chat for Dark Princess. Amazing job. We got one more person that's in the crew that got their endorsement. Woo! Love it. Love it. Great job. That's all you. I made you aware of things. You had to go out and do it. That's amazing. It's amazing. Oh no. Oh. Good job. Squeeze those brakes. Great progressive brake pressure. Too good. Look at that. This is amazing. We have an emergency swerve in this situation, a red stage maneuver, and we have a red stage maneuver right here. 2 different kinds, though, swerve and braking. Great job. Great job. Franz Joe, you signed up? Woo! Can't wait to hear about it. Oh, deer and Bicyclist. Whoa, Richard! With the $50. We already saw this guy. With the $50 super sticker, baby. Look at that. Look at that super sticker, baby. Yeah. Thank you so much. Richard, thank you. Thank you. That's a big donation. Show off.
Are you gonna buy me dinner before you me?
Oh, what is going on here?
Are you gonna buy me dinner before you me? There. Yeah, you're right with me. No. Yeah. No. Yeah, you are. Drive your bike. I let them drive. You don't know how to drive. See you on YouTube, you
This biker recorded a massive police chase. Just check out how many police cars were after this pickup truck.
What the? Dude, that was crazy.
Check out how many police cars were after this pickup truck.
What the?
I just want to see it again. Later, Andrew. Have a great day, man.
Dude,
That was the Maxi meetup?
that was crazy.
Oh no, he should have had a rock form mount.
I call this attempted cell phone recovery off of this fast-moving 210 freeway. If it looks a little bit risky, I won't do it, but the goal here is to rescue my cell phone from the freeway. Now, I don't know exactly where it's at. It should be right there somewhere. Not that one.
It fell because he didn't have himself a rock form mount.
That can't be it, can it?
Oh, what happened? Ah! Alright, I won't do that. Oh no. That's not it. That bike looks fun.
And that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you
I like how he has Premiere Pro in the background. He's editing right now. Oh, look, we got a Moto Stars. We got a Moto Stars going on. You guys ready for another hour? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. We're going to get started real soon. Make sure you join the DDFM crew just like that right on the screen. I do have all those things popping down there right there. You know, learn more tips or learn more at motorcycleridingtips.com. Cardo right there. We also have Rockform, all these different things. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to everybody that donated and became members today, to be quite honest. As much as I liked having the sponsors, I'd prefer just to be with you guys, to be quite honest. I don't know if I should be saying that. Is it okay if I say that, Matt? No? Okay. Anyways, I prefer to have you guys, all right? So we have a Discord that is absolutely 100% free, okay? So the Discord is free. But if you super chat, super sticker, the link in the description for the donation page, all those things helps out the channel quite a bit and helps me do this full time. These are basically full-time classes that I do. You know, I'm trying to do at least 2 to 3 a week, and this is the 4th one this week, so I'm pretty happy about it. Let me know if you guys like the highlights. That way, if you miss the live streams, you can just catch a quick highlight of some of the things. That way, it cuts out anything that I say. You know, like I talk to the chat the whole time. That way, I cut those out. Boom, straight to it. You know what I mean? Michael Steinhauser, let's power through this next hour, brother. Yeah. Does sponsoring links work internationally too? I have no idea, but I know the donation link in the description is PayPal. I don't like saying that. I don't like saying it. Like it feels kind of weird. But anyways, that way it goes straight to here. It bypasses YouTube. I know that works. Brian Doobie. I'm going to say Doobie because the mustache looks like an E on my end. So welcome, baby. You got a nice mustache. Woo! Let's do it. Oh, that one looks interesting. Oh, never mind.
When the biker tried to test his new bike, this man decides to use
Whoa!
to stop this.
That's assault, brother. Just getting battery. Just leave. Just leave.
Hey! Vai che c'è il Covid!
I hate it when like older people, like the elderly, think that they can just hit people and like touch people because they're so angry. You know what I mean? I see it a lot. Well, that's anybody really. They've been you just finished EMT school? Amazing, dude. Open lane, watch out, get ready. Okay, good. Back to yellow stage, back to orange stage. Because lane splitting, oh, we already saw this one. All right, never mind. You see how you just modulate things?
After a long wait for the opportunity to overtake, the biker eventually does this in a way that the driver decides to speak to him.
Non-issue. Oh, it's a left turn lane. Why are you passing in a left turn lane? You guys see that too?
Bisschen früh geblinkt, bisschen früh rübergezogen. Einmal gucken.
The audio went away. Oh. I went to start charging my Bluetooth part and it made the audio go away. Let me go ahead and put it back there. There we go. Whoopsie doopsie. Let's go ahead and turn you off. I'll charge you after class. All right. So what I saw was somebody getting a little upset.
The driver decides to speak to him.
So this person, I'm unsure. Okay, I don't know the law on this or this area, but when I saw the left right here, left turn only, I assumed that this was what the lane was for. I don't know why this driver is sitting in the right lane with the blinker on to turn left when they should be in this lane. I'm just, it's very interesting, right? So since I don't know everything, we're just gonna move on. I don't know the problem there. Failure to yield. Okay. We just sped right into them. Okay, so this person's still moving. So whenever you see, once again, side of the vehicle, right? And they're going this way, obviously. And if those tires keep moving, they're never slowing down, that means that person's not slowing down. It's as simple as that. The same amount of momentum and how they're traveling across your point of view is still the same speed. It's never going like, and then it's slowing down. It's just keep doing this. Then that means they're going to keep going. So why are we accelerating insanely fast? And when I say insanely fast, you probably went 0 to the speed limit before the intersection ends. I do that all the time. It's fun. But I don't do it when there's cars like this. He's not allowed to do that. Ooh. Okay, so in this situation, we're accelerating into him. So it really isn't that big of a deal right now because all we have to do is just kind of go around him. And that's all we have to do. And that's what he does, but he gets upset by it. And the thing is, I don't want you guys getting upset by these things because if you're getting upset by it, it's because it was a surprise to you. Why is it a surprise to you? And if it's not a surprise to you, I don't understand then. Because that means you knew it was going to happen. You still sped up to get to that point. And you purposely got mad. That to me doesn't make sense. But it kind of makes sense when you want to have footage, right? For Moto Madness and stuff. Or Moto Stars. Yeah. So let's see if he puts himself in another situation like this. Oh shit. Yeah. They can bite your ankle. Oh, he almost ate it.
Bye, Felicia.
He almost ate it. He's just like all over the place. All right, first you will see the accident. After that, I will tell you my opinion and show you the results of the event. That's what it says.
A completely unexpected move from the cyclist completely surprised the biker, who was not able to brake fully.
I think he clipped him, yeah. Wait, that was him explaining it? I was expecting something more. All right, so this situation, do we care about what the bicyclist is gonna do? No, we don't care. We don't care. Honestly, it's his emergency if he damages his own bike. It's my emergency if I get hurt. So I'm only concerned about my safety. I am responsible for my own safety. So when I see something like this and I see how he clipped a bicyclist, it tells me that we need better training. Okay?
Able to brake fully.
You should be able to brake pretty good with that amount of time. You really should be able to brake. So this is side of a vehicle, right? Side of the vehicle right there. So we should be able to brake pretty good. Okay, we should be able to brake pretty good right here if we're not hauling butt. But what we could be doing is swerving left. You see how there's nobody coming into that oncoming lane? So when you go, you know that if you swerve left and go around him, you're going to not hit any cars coming this way. That's why you have to look really far ahead and have that good situational awareness. Another thing you could do is accelerate and go right, but you can decelerate and then go around left side. But I think a lot of his braking power was kind of taken away because he was focused on the horn first versus the braking and then possibly swerving. Last second, we decided to swerve. And look, we should be able to manage this. We really should be able to manage this. We did clip him. It's better than running straight into him. So it's still a win, but it's not a close call anymore. This is a collision. So this was a crash. It was a motor vehicle accident. It just wasn't a severe one. It's not a close call anymore. So the fact that he didn't have a close call and this is a crash is a little bit concerning because we really should be able to manage this portion right here.
Brake fully.
We should be able to manage this. We should not have collided with that. That should have been managed a lot better. But he minimized everything, did a good job, and then with typical response from somebody that is not on the motorcycle, I looked that way, but I did not see that you were coming fast. He was not going fast. So to say that, you know, to his perspective, yeah, it might have been fast, but to our perspective, it really wasn't because we're probably going slower than the speed limit. The problem is that we did collide because we didn't use our emergency skills within the speed that we had because we weren't proficient, we weren't confident, and the only way you can get like that is through training in a parking lot or train out on the road. I like to swerve around manhole covers. I like to practice my progressive brake pressure at stoplights. I don't like to practice my emergency swerves and emergency braking on the road. I do that in a parking lot. And if you want to do that, go to Motorcycle Training Concepts. Click the link that's in the chat right there. Click the link in the description. That's going to help you out. I got a lot of videos on there. I'm making more and more and more. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. When I say that, I mean I want to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at like 6,500 right now. Still amazing, though. All right, whatever. It's a bad angle to look
The
at.
moment of inattention was enough for the biker to find himself on the opposite lane.
White staged. The road does not... Oh, no. There you go. Find the escape path. Whatever it is you can do. Good job. So this right here, that's the whole white stage thing. Okay, so we're not paying attention. We're riding. We're enjoying it. We're listening to music, whatever it is. So right here, it's like, well, we're not paying attention. And guess what? The road's going to turn whether you're paying attention or not. This is why you need to be in yellow stage at all times when you're on the bike. Yellow stage is when you're zoned in, prepped, and ready for anything. You're looking and scanning for possible hazards. You just haven't found any yet. When it comes to a corner, that's a hazard. Okay, a lot of motorcyclists die on corners. A lot of motorcyclists die on intersections. So let me take that back. Corners and intersections should put you in orange stage. Okay, orange stage, you are prepped and ready for emergency response. You found a hazard and you're going to navigate or adapt to those hazards. That right there, it should let you know exactly. And you know, it's pretty obvious when there's a turn. Chevrons, great observation, man. Dat Fat Ripper. You got chevrons right here. So signage helps indicate that there's a corner. When the road disappears, you see how the road disappears right there? That means it's a corner. If you can see the road for a very long time, that means there's no corner. And if you can't see the road because it's going over a hill, that's the crest of a hill and everything. So when it comes to this, you know that the corner's coming up, so you should be in yellow stage. But this is what happens when you are in white stage. You don't know. And there's that panic. You reach down really quick. Okay, so what I don't want you to do is slam those brakes. What I don't want you to do is make jerky movements. Yeah, you're going to make a jerky movement to get your hands back on the handlebars, but what are you going to do in this situation? This is one of those things where it's like, well, this happens all the time. What do I do? It's like, well, you should have prevented it in the first place, but if you get in this situation, you really need to commit to that turn. Really need to commit. Now, if you're going to go ahead and go wide, well, great thing we have multiple lanes of traffic, or not multiple lanes of traffic, multiple lanes on the other side. We have no traffic. That's actually going to help them. So imagine if there was a bunch of cars coming this way, no matter where you went. Bad. Everything's going to go bad. So this is why it's very lucky for him that no cars were coming, but you might not get that same luck. And then on top of that, this might have been just a single lane, or this is the cliff right here. This is a cliff. So you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden you run into the side of a cliff. You have to pay attention. You got very lucky. So if you are in this exact same situation, do exactly what he did. Or the rider did. I don't know if it's a he or she. So we started going wide. It's like, crap, I'm not going to be able to stay on. I do see that there's a car coming this way, but he's on the inside lane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my escape path. Now, I can't continue. So what I got to do is go here. It's like, well, do I continue in the lane with the other vehicle? No, I'm going to go ahead and continue and find an escape path and get in the lane that he's not in. And then once he passes, I'm going to go ahead and get back into my lane. So that's exactly what he did. He did a great job. Now, he did a bad job not paying attention. So, yeah, he sees the car, so he's going to wait for the car to pass and then get around. So he notices that there's nothing else coming. Good. I'm in a good spot. But look how many lanes, man. Jeez. Let me guess, there's going to be a crash.
Where one careless person can put all the others in danger.
Oh, that Dixer's down, dude.
This is where you have your med kit. Just in case. Your trauma kit, just in case.
You alright? Did you land on your hip? You good?
Sometimes it's embarrassment. Psychosomatic.
Is it your hip? Yeah, you're good.
That looks like psychosomatic.
Alright, I don't know. You might have landed on her hip.
Like embarrassment. Like, let's make it worse than it is so that it's not like an embarrassing thing. It's more of a concern thing. You see it all the time. Doesn't hide the fact that there's injuries. Because there could be. So once you rule out injuries, then it's like, okay, get up. Come on. She's guarding her right hip. So it could possibly be it.
Hip on the concrete, that crap hurts. Huh? Probably stuck that hip on the concrete, that crap hurts. Yeah.
What doesn't make sense is she's not talking.
Well, doesn't look like she's got any road rash, so you looked out there.
Yeah, and she ain't got no damn pants on.
Hey, buddy. You feel okay? You're not gonna pass out, are you? Oh, girl, come on. That ain't a big deal.
If her concern is her shoes,
Girl, you lucked out.
not a big deal.
Girl. I know it was a jixer.
Hell, I didn't know they was going that damn slow hill. I was going to speed limit. I turned around, I just didn't do it.
Oh.
What? You okay?
He's hurt. Hey, you want some water? I got a water bottle. I got a water bottle if you want some.
Here, cat, lay down.
So psychosomatic can cause a syncopal episode, so she might have low blood pressure. So it's just because there's no actual injuries.
The bikers was very lucky that the
So just because there's no actual, injury doesn't mean that there could have been something going on. So high level of panic can cause you to go into a syncopal episode, which is fainting. You're fainting based off of blood pressure and stuff like that. So that could easily happen. So when I say the psychosomatic thing of well, there's no real injury, come on, get up and do all that stuff, that is typically how you solve the problem when it is just a mental issue in this area. Another way to solve it is saying, hey, I don't see any damage. I don't see anything happening to you. Where do you have any pain? You don't have any pain. How come you're not talking to me? You need to talk. Start talking to me when it comes to answering my questions. And if they're just like staring at you like this and they're just not wanting to do it and smiling, and then the first thing they say is, well, my shoes got a little scuff on them. It can get frustrating as a EMS provider. It's like, okay, if there's nothing wrong, then what are we doing here? Come on, get up, let's do this. But some people, they have an issue with this to where you're right, Aaron. It can be a traumatic brain injury to where it's like there's this confusion, but it almost doesn't match a lot of the mechanism of injury because you don't see any damage. You don't get any information from any of the damage. So there's like this difference in terms of mentality or mentation of some patients versus different patients. So it could be a TBI. And that's the thing, is you start going now down towards that rabbit hole of, if this is a TBI and she's not answering my questions, her normal mentation is this, and she's not acting like this, and then all of a sudden a little bit of humor came out about her shoes, and then you kind of maybe know that she plays it up a little bit or not. This to me honestly looks like just playing up a little bit of the scene, and that's me being a little cynical. But here's the thing, you have to have a little cynicism when it comes to these things. Playing up the scene because it's embarrassing. We're riding with a group of friends. We're riding with a bunch of people. I'm embarrassed. There's a bad situation. There's some people out there that will make it a bigger deal than it really is, but that does not hide the fact that there is a possible injury. And that's what I said a little bit earlier, is that you can have the psychosomatic part of, I'm going to make it bigger than it is, but I actually am injured. And that can be really, really hard for somebody doing an assessment, is because you start to think yourself, wow, this is a really bad thing because she's acting really bad in terms of, mentation. This could be a really bad traumatic brain injury. But when in reality, it turns out, oh, it's just she's kind of playing it up. And that could, like I said, it can be frustrating. So this is why you need to have not only the patient's words and what they say, the signs the symptoms. I'm screwing it all up right now. The signs and symptoms, you can see what they say and do, but you need to look and see and find for yourself what the real problem is. And you have to combine both of those to get a clear picture. So I would be checking, making sure and asking certain questions. I'd be asking person, place, thing, where we're at, what her name is, does she remember her phone number? And if all of a sudden the mentation is she's completely alert to all of that, but then she doesn't answer my other questions about pain or what type of injuries that she has, because she wants to make it sound like it's a lot higher, like bigger injuries, bigger things, bigger problem, but she'll be able to answer me all these other things, then it goes down that rabbit hole of, okay, now I got to talk to the patient, not get mad, but I got to talk to the patient and walk her through this, that it's not a big deal, reassurance. and helping out the patient. This is where the bedside manner starts to kick in. So once you realize that it's not medically trauma, any of that stuff, and it's more of the psychosomatic and more of the panic, anxieties, depressions, all these mental health issues, and that's what's causing this, then you need to change your approach and have a conversation, have a talking, change your tone, squat down, get to face, maybe even get it lower than where she's at and talk to her from a lower position. You start to realize all these different things, okay? But I think this is psychosomatic.
Oh, she's going out. She's out. She's out.
I think the camera, one sec, boom. Yeah.
One of the bikers was very lucky that the driver in the opposite lane managed to brake and get around him.
Kenapa bro? Tadi si Ari kan ngerem mendadak, jadi ketabrak dia bang. Ya di situ mobil itu.
We saw that one. We'll just skip it.
In the next part, we have a few simple situations on the road which are stopped by careless drivers.
Use an indicator.
Okay, so this is way too close for me. This is way too close for me. I don't feel very comfortable with this. This is not a good space cushion for me. It's also not a very good lane position for me, because I can't see around the vehicle. Since I can't see around the vehicle, my vision is obscured. So what I would be doing is I'd be in lane position 1. That way I can see around the vehicle. It also gives me the opportunity to swerve left. And if I really, really had to, I could swerve right, but that's not what I want to do. So I have an option of swerving left. So now I have an escape path. I also have good vision to go forward. So I also have a good space cushion now between the vehicle and the outside, because you never know. There could be some debris over here because somebody, hit something or their tire blew up. But position yourself a little bit better, okay? You can't see very well. Now, I think this is, so this is going to be kilometers per hour because he is going 123. So this is kilometers per hour.
In the next part,
you can't see anything.
Simple situation on the road which are stopped.
So he's saying, well, I indicated I'm going left. This guy should see me. Well, here's the thing. This guy he can't see you because his mirrors, you can't see his mirrors, he can't see you. So he should be able to see you through his rear view mirror, right? Well, he's got all this stuff right there. He's not going to see you. He doesn't see you, so he doesn't see your indication.
Stopped by careless drivers.
Okay, so he's crossed over. He's crossed over the line. So that means he's going to get into your lane. So you have somebody behind you, and you're passing him. So now we're kind of like in a dangerous situation. What we should be doing here is just get back into our lane and decelerate just a little bit. When I see decelerate, just roll off that throttle just a little bit. Increase that space cushion. Let everybody settle real quick. It's like, hey, I was going to make a choice, but you guys made a choice before I could. So let's let everything settle. And then when I see that there's everyone in their positions, now it's my turn. I'm going to make decisions. I'm going to go ahead and go around if I had to, okay? That's what I would be doing in that situation.
An indicator.
Yeah, it's way too close. Way too close. Less than 1 second. You're right. At those speeds, not good. 1 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi. Yeah, same thing with this right here. Oh, I got an indicator.
Indicator.
So that's 2 in 1 ride. I'm assuming this happens all the time when this guy's riding. Okay, and I say this guy because it says through the eyes of this guy, right? If that's the case, you're the common denominator. You're not you need to take a quick look at your own footage and say, you know what can I do better? Me putting the indicator on last second, does that give me any right? Does it give me, like, it's no fault now? I use an indicator, it's no fault. And that's what I don't get from a lot of people when they're riding. Is like, well, I was in the right lane, you pulled out in front of me, I used my indicator, I applied the brakes, you didn't see me applying the... It's like, but I did everything that was that everyone says I'm supposed to do. That everything the law says I'm supposed to do, I did, and you didn't do something, therefore I'm right, you're wrong. Okay, fine. In the eyes of the law, maybe. You know what? Maybe. But when it comes to the responsibility for your own safety, that has nothing to do with what's right with the law. Nothing to do with the law. Your safety. So, yes, you need to get extra training. Yes, you need to actually put that training in perspective. Yes, you need to be a smart rider and use the smart rider principles. You have to. There's no law saying you have to be a smart rider, but here's the thing. Your safety is very important, if not more important than the law. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So I will do whatever it is I can do to make sure I am safe. Same thing. Indicator. Come on, man. Non-issue. Non-issue. He ran a stop sign, but your safety is more important. You're almost off the road. Ooh. Motor vehicle accident. Careful, careful. People swerve around you. Bad line of sight. Slow it down. Good job. Oof. See? Never know. Uncommon thing, common situation. Slow it down. Wait. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Good. Moving on. Don't know why that's in this compilation at all. I don't know if this is copyrighted music, but I don't want to deal with that. Changing the audio so it can't get copyrighted claim. Uncommon thing in common situation. Why? He wants to turn left. I get it, but we should just kind of wait. Come on, Cool Breeze. You know better. Unless... Unless it caught him off guard and he found an escape path during a red stage maneuver, then he did great. So if that's the case, let's go with that. Let's go with that. I don't want to put words in his mouth or anything because he's actually got some good footage for us. So I'm going to assume that it kind of came up really, quick on him. It's like you can't tell if this van's going to turn left. There's no indication. There's nothing like that. He's just applying the brakes. But here's the thing. When somebody applies the brakes prior to a turn, it's like, okay, well, they're applying the brakes to slow down. So look, press and roll like in a car. Well, the problem is that you never know just based off of the lights how much brake pressure they're really applying. It could be 1% or 100%. You don't know. So this is why a good space cushion is very important. And if you notice, he has his right hand close to the... or he's reaching for the front brake, so he's actually going to start slowing down and start doing his thing. He should have a rock form mount, but that's fine, baby. You can have a ram mount. It's fine, but still, rock form's better. Code DanDan25. But he's going to get closer and closer and closer. He's applying the brakes. He's doing what he needs to do. He's slowing down 34 miles an hour now. He's slowing down. He's going to slow down even more. And he's like, okay, this person's really slowing down. Maybe he understood he's going to turn left or not. Maybe there's something in the road. We don't know, but maybe he couldn't stop in time. And he's like, well, my total stopping distance isn't good enough, so I'm going to go ahead and find my escape path. And that's fine. So think of it like that. Let's think of it like that. So he's going to find his escape path. His escape path is really one of a couple options, okay? So here's his total stopping distance and his following distance. Okay, maybe he doesn't have enough time to stop when it comes to that. So he has multiple options when it comes to an escape path. So he's going to do the one right here, which is actually probably the better one, which is what he does, because that makes it to where you're staying inside your lane, same flow of traffic, and you can navigate that. The worst one would be to do this, because more than likely this car wants to turn left, and then you also have oncoming traffic wanting to do that. So this is not the best option going left, but it is an option, and you can maybe make it work. The best option is going to be off to the right. The better option is to have a better following distance so you don't have to deal with this, but you know, you do what you have to do. So swerve to the right is going to be the better option there. So that's what he does. Let's just say this is a win. You know what I mean? Good job, Cool Breeze. So we're going to be moving forward. And just remember, this is all you need. This is all you need. So guys, if you're thinking about, you know, I have to do an escape path. I don't have enough room. I never do. I can't do it. You know, I need a full lane to escape. No. Guys, we have 3 to, I'm going to say 6 lane positions within one lane. I like to use, you know, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. So we have plenty of areas within what we can do within our own lane. And this right here, lane position 3 is pretty much like right here. So he still has all this area right here to go through if he wanted to. And he also still has all this area if he wants to. I typically would like to stay within the actual road that the lines are on. But you can still make it and navigate it. And the simple fact that he's going super slow, it gives him time to do certain things, okay? So did a great job. He found his escape path, did his thing. Don't have to rev bomb, but, you know, that's a good thing to do sometimes, I guess. You know, it's like, hey, use your indicator. You almost got me. And the thing is, he's got people behind him, too. So we don't know what's happening exactly there. Let me go ahead and minimize that. So he does have people behind him. So hopefully they follow suit, or they kind of slow down and are able to manage the situation. Maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit safer, but Cool Breeze Rider did find a spot to go. So very good, man. You did what you had to do, right? That's all I care about. What I care about is that people don't get hurt. That's what I care about. We've seen this one.
Behavior irritated the biker so much that he decided to react sharply.
I'd be really upset if I was in that Equinox. I'd be really upset.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Hey, girl, pay attention.
Huh? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Bro! Not cool, dude.
I missed that.
Jeez.
I was laughing too much. Look where you want to go, right? Look where you want to go, right?
Whoa. Bro! Not cool, dude. Jesus.
Oh, ice. Oh. Ooh, baby, get out of that, too. That was ice. So, one of the problems with ice, especially under the bridge, is it's not going to get that sunlight to melt it to where you have watery ice. It's pure ice under there. So be very careful with that. Same thing. You know, this is one of those hazards that I never really have to deal with down here. So if you have to deal with this hazard, please share your tips in the chat, because that's part of being a smart rider, guys. The T, teach and mentor others. The thing is, I don't deal with snow. I deal with heat. So I know a lot of the heat illnesses, heat problems. You guys probably know a lot of the snow problems, or the cold issues. And then some of you guys have a lot of issues with deer. I don't deal with deer. I deal with coyotes and javelina. So really helpful if you guys start sharing. Here's the thing. Here's your homework, guys. Here's your homework, class. Here's your homework. Here's your homework, class. Just share one thing in the chat. Just one thing. Maybe an experience. Yeah. Share one experience that you had in a situation like this. Just share one experience. Just share one experience like that. And then if you haven't had that experience, share what you learned possibly from class. Just one tip. Just one. I don't want like a dissertation in the chat. Just one tip. I'd love to hear it. And plus it helps everybody else out. Ay. Same thing, snow. Look at that ice. Ay. Mr. Einie Weenie. I love your name, buddy. Welcome to the crew. It's good to have you. Rookies have to clean bathrooms, by the way. If you're a crew member and above, you don't have to clean the bathrooms. Hey, Ron, I can't wait for that thing to show up, man. Can't wait. I'm going to send the rest of that stuff certified and everything, so we'll get everything squared away. I did an AAR on this. Yeah. Oh, this might actually get copyright claim because I think my original video did, and I had to fight against Viral Hog for this part. So I'm just going to keep talking over it. There we go. But AA Ron doesn't mean you can't ride around in your neighborhood though, right? Just be very careful because I don't think you can get insurance yet without all that other stuff.
That's dangerous. If a motorcycle wants to... Did you see the sign in the middle of the road?
What I would be doing in this AA Ron is I'll spend this time looking for like sliders and stuff. You know what I mean? Install sliders and protective gear. Maybe change out a lever if you want. You know, because you can't do anything, right? That's what I would be doing. It's very loud, so I'm just gonna talk over the wind noise. So, in fact, yeah. Oh, you dropped your bike again. That'd be hilarious if you dropped the bike and it scratched the car even more. Cool Breeze. How old is this video? When did you get that new bike? Oh. Heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio and video in your stream. It may be temporarily blocked. See? Thanks a lot, Viral Hog. So that means no ad revenue on this video and this live stream. So thank you to all members. Thank you. Well, restart this. Thank you to all members. Thank you to all donations. Thank you to everybody that has joined. I appreciate it. All right, we'll rewatch this part. Yeah, it got copyright claimed.
No. Yeah, of course.
All right, let me see if I can fight it right away. Ooh, Troll Cop, slick mud. Troll, you fixed it though. You saved yourself, Troll Cop. Nice.
Oh shit. Hope somebody didn't go down. Who was behind you?
Sorry, I was talking. I'll shut up now.
Uh-oh. Way back?
I just went back and nothing was there.
Oh shit. Hope somebody didn't go down. Who was behind you?
It's a scary feeling. Sweet, you got some form of if that's a cop, he's the first responder, so that you're good there. Stacks, thank you so much, man. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. I just want to say thank you for the donation. Appreciate it.
What happened?
He hit a bump. And he kind of lost it.
You did?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. My ankle kind of hurts, but I'm good.
Angel, baby.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Damn.
That thing's destroyed. All right. Oh, shoot. Low side. Don't go into the gutter. Or not the gutter, but the rail. Oh, so lucky. You can easily wrap your body around those things. Easily. Angel Crisis. Damn it, dude. You're insane. You're absolutely insane. Typically, we'll watch that again. Typically, we ended after 2 hours. But here's the thing. I'm having such a good day on this Sunday. Having a great day. Steelers won. My fantasy football, I had Kareem Hunt, though. Kareem Hunt, he's not going to do so well. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Oh, what did we do? Swerve left. Good job. Good job.
Holy shit.
Anthony, 123 just passed his course, baby. Woo! Congrats. It's like typical everyday riding. Look left, look right, look left again. That's got to be kilometers per hour, yeah. What's the problem?
You shouldn't do that while you're driving.
Are you drinking your water while you're riding? I'm sorry, that's a Pepsi Clear, right? It's like a Pepsi bottle. It's got that little spout so he can drink while he's riding. Don't do this. I'd be so upset. Propel? Probably Propel. Yeah, probably Propel. Never mind. Damn, shows my age when I say Pepsi Clear.
You know, you really shouldn't smoke that shit while you're driving. It doesn't
smoke?
People like me need to be safe on the road. You shouldn't be smoking that shit while you're driving. I have it on camera and I have your plate number. I'll be reporting you.
Pay attention. Oh, panic brake. Those look like new tires too.
You okay? Can you get it off? Can you get it off? You okay?
She's got her mask down with a cigarette. The mask doesn't work like that. All right, so this is a typical. I'm not gonna say beginner. This is not a typical beginner thing. This is just a typical. We're not paying attention. We're focused on where we need to be, not versus what we're doing to get there. So it might stick people in puff. It might be that he's on his way to work, so he has his work clothes on. We don't know, but the thing is, guys, you need to wear gear. Even on top of that, if it's hot, I get it. But here's the thing: how about you wear mesh gear? Okay. So we looked left, but the problem is we're gonna accelerate without looking forward. And then now it's like, oh crap, what do we do? In this situation, what you need to do is try to stand that bike up as best as possible. You notice how it's still leaning over to the right. This is something you learned in the MSF BRC 1 of how to brake. You don't want to brake with the handlebars turned, and you don't want to have the braking when it's off to the side, especially as a beginner rider. Now, I'm not saying he's a beginner, but the thing is, the whole dynamics of it's a fundamental thing. So the fundamental skill of straightening it back up and then applying the brakes is still very important, even for somebody that is a novice or an experienced rider. So in this situation, stand it up and then apply the brakes. But what he could still do is stand it up, squeeze the clutch, and apply the brakes with progressive brake pressure, smooth, smooth, smooth. Because at the end of the day, this guy is not, you know, you're not going so fast that you're going to run into him. So this total stopping distance is still pretty fine because we're not going super fast. We're not going fast. And if you really had to, you could swerve to the right. But the thing is, we panic broke. Okay, we went into brown stage. We didn't go into red stage where we know what we're supposed to do. We didn't do it correctly, so we're now in brown stage. Part of that has to be because we weren't paying attention in front of us, so this was a surprise, so we panicked. Things that aren't surprises typically are red stage. Things that aren't surprises, you typically know what to do because it's not a surprise. So if it's a surprise to you, that should tell you, hey, I should pay attention. Hey, I need to do something different. And right here, this is where we need to do something different. We panicked and we applied the brakes right now. It's Sarasu, became a senior crew member, baby. Welcome, senior crew member. Woo! You don't have to clean the bathrooms. So what happened is probably he squeezed the clutch and you hear the rev bombing go. Okay, so the RPMs went up. So you probably squeezed the clutch and then just now squeezing the brake. So this was a very delayed perception reaction braking distance. And now we're just having to slam those brakes, and that's what caused the dump because we're still kind of turned over. So we impacted the ground. We didn't impact the car. His head hit the ground. Thankfully, he had a helmet. Okay, his face first, so probably chin first too. Might be going to the gym, might be going to work. It looks like new tires. Look at those tires. They still have that nice little painted line across it. It looks brand new. So it might be part of that. It might be a little bit slick. So maybe he came back from getting his tires replaced. So just remember, within the first 100 miles or so, they're going to be somewhat slick. And then if you take it from the dealership to home, just remember that ride, it's very difficult to have the amount of traction you think you're going to have. Okay, it's just not going to happen. The whole mechanical traction has to warm up. The tire has to warm up so that it can go into the grooves of the asphalt. Right now, it's not warmed up, so it's kind of like this, and there's the grooves of the asphalt, so it's trying to get in. But once it starts to warm up and melt a little bit, it can easily grip like Velcro into the ground. So when it comes to the new tire, wait for it to warm up. It's going to take about 5, 10, 15 minutes for the tires to warm up to get that traction, but still it's not going to have the same amount because it's not rubbed in, scrubbed in than it would be after you've ridden it for 100 miles. So don't take a belt sander to it because once again, I said it has to be warmed up and then start using the natural grooves of the road to really pull it in. The thing is, when you scrub it with like sandpaper, it's not warmed up. So now you're just kind of scuffing and taking stuff off when that's not really how it's supposed to happen.
You okay?
See, look at this right here.
Yeah.
Your masks don't work that way, guys. Okay. It's Sarasu. You 5 miles today, baby. Good job, man. Good job. Oh. Something happened. Something that cops. Did he? I missed it. Was he doing a wheelie? It might have been.
Good Lord.
I appreciate you stopping for your buddy.
See that right there. He's like, I appreciate you stopping for your buddy. It's like I was waiting for him to take off. Panic brake. I think it was a panic brake. He was not doing a wheelie. I like how because the cop will give this guy a break because he didn't take off and he was more concerned about his friend. Cops and firefighters.
I appreciate you stopping for your buddy.
Cops and firefighters like that. They want to see the public care for somebody. So the fact that he did give his care for him doesn't automatically take away the consequences if there was any negative consequences, but it does soften a little bit of the blow, and it does soften a little bit of the heart of the cop to give that guy a little bit of a break. So that's what it needs to be. It's like if you're gonna do stupid stuff and stuff against the law, yeah, there's consequences for it. But if you're not doing anything dumb and you're just kind of part of the situation and you are there to help others, they're gonna give you a break. They're gonna treat you like you're a good person in the community, a good citizen, and that's what's important. So just how about don't do bad things and then help somebody else out, and guess what? You're gonna be in the good graces, and it's not of the government, no, good graces of the people that are having to enforce the rules. That's what that is. EDM, baby. Thank you so much. Diana, welcome. Welcome. It's going to be public, don't worry. Every donation is important to me. I appreciate it. Oh, and now we're going to get mad at the car. Okay. 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 We're going to get mad at the car. Two-wheel therapy, baby. Woo! Thank you so much. Exactly, Giles. It's like, what the heck? Side of the vehicle, cross multiple lanes. We know why. He wants to get in that left turn lane. Non-issue. Move on. Gemini, you're a part of the crew. You know better. There it is. You did a good job. Whoa. Car switched lanes, Salty. Saluti. He switched lanes. He didn't swerve into the other lane. And that's the thing. Just based off what you said, Saluti, and I'll take it with I'll listen to it. How is this car supposed to know that this bike is doing a wheelie? His headlight is pointed to the sky, so the headlight's not pointed into this mirror, so he doesn't see anything. He almost blends in. It's nighttime. So when you see that, the guy's just going to merge lanes. He just moved into that lane. Now all of a sudden there's a light on him. So yeah, it's a little bit of a panicky situation. So when you have some, by the way, I did an AAR on this video. If you guys want to check it out. There's no way that car is going to see that motorcycle rider because there's no light coming from the motorcycle rider into the mirrors of the car because it's pointing into the sky. But that's what I was trying to get at with that. After action reviews is what AAR is. I did an AAR on this one too. He's gonna collide. That was a panic brake. If you notice, he starts to fall down. He starts to fall down prior to impact. That's because he lost traction in that front tire. I did like I said, I did an AAR on this one. So watch. We started to fall down already. And that's because of too much front brake, lost traction. I think we got one more. Yeah, we got one more video to go over, guys. Just want to say thank you for everybody that keeps showing up. Make sure you share this video. Let's see if we can get more than 400. Oh, we got 400 people in class. Let's see if we can get 450. I want everybody to share at least once. Let's do it. And if you can't, Perfectly fine. Become a member.
Dirt Bike Lunatic video. Today we're back with all new epic motto episode. And in this one we got some angry people, some kind videos, police clips and much more. So make sure to subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Sit back and enjoy. Let's start.
Good braking. Good braking.
This biker had an encounter with a wild coyote. Check it out.
No, they're not dogs, dude.
Hey, buddy, come here.
They're not dogs. They will bite your ass. Neon, how you doing? Oh,
You see that snake?
Slitherous snake.
Holy I was like this close to running over that snake. Dude, imagine like running over a snake, you get wrapped up in your wheel and then like just like start biting at your feet. Oh, that would be terrifying.
This guy that almost took out bikers is off-duty or undercover police officer. Keep on watching, because he will do something even crazier.
What?
Flash the gun. Flash the
Well, that's not how you do things.
gun. I've got the whole thing. I'm gonna send that in now to your supporting officer.
Supporting officer.
Finding a new job in the coronavirus.
Do you have any more information, Michael? Side of the vehicle, same thing. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Good job. You don't need a honk. Just slow down. Call it a day. Illegal passing now. We're going to pass when it's illegal. You know, we get mad at people for pulling out in front of us. We're going to pass when it's illegal. Sharp right turn coming up ahead. Be careful. You can't see very well. You see the chevrons? You see those chevrons? How they're lighting up? Very good. Navigated that. Do we have another light? Oh, deer, baby. Woo! That's what you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for that when you're in an area like that. Good job, though. Oh, 5 minutes later, there's dead deer in the road. So somebody wasn't as lucky. Good swerve. Road hazard. Oh, good braking in a corner. Good braking.
What?
No, don't do that. 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 Don't do that.
You got a stop sign, bro. You got a stop sign. Be careful.
That's a humble guy. A guy that works hard, probably.
You scared me, bro. You scared me.
Humble. He's humble. Good job, man.
Go ahead, go ahead. Pero cuidado.
Oye, discúlpame, hermano. Ni te vi, vaya.
Dale. Tenga buen día.
Gracias, igualmente.
Oh my gosh. You thought you could go? Oh. Ex-girlfriend's car. I don't know. They like it. They think it's cool. I'm not a huge fan. It's not something I would do, but they like it, so who am I to judge, right? like a waste of a tire, but I mean, if the tire's dead, might as well just completely make it dead, right?
KFC refused to service this biker because he was on the bike and he had a helmet on.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't refuse. It's just that you don't trigger the mechanism. No.
Hello.
You didn't trigger the mechanism. That's all that is.
Oh no. Good. Like listen here now, mate. Oh, you serve them? Hi, I've been trying to use it.
Motorbikes, you can. You need to come inside, sir, alright?
What do you mean?
I can't take the order. You need to take your helmet off.
Right.
You know, within within coronavirus and all that stuff, you should have the option to do drive-through.
My face like this than people do with the masks on. I should have just pulled over and went in. No chance, mate. You lost a customer. What the? I've never had a problem with drive-through.
Yep, pay with your wallet, or not pay with your wallet. Whatever, you know what I mean. My helmet is loose and I have to fix it. Oh, pull over, pull over, pull over, pull over, pull over.
This biker came a bit too fast in this corner.
So you notice how they started doing that, like the graphics and the like Superbike Discovery. It's because YouTube has been they've been getting hard, like crazy on content creators. That's why I haven't been showing. I've been blurring out some of the stuff, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to get upset by it, by the crashes. So I don't show it a lot of the times. In Angeles Forest Highway. Trying to see if, okay, I'm trying to see what license plate that is. So this is yeah, that's LA Fire. Okay, so this is Los Angeles. And we're going Do you think speed might be a factor in some of these things? Alright, where's the crash? I understand if you do a compilation and show a crash, but I at least show context and have an educational value to it. So it's a little frustrating, but, you know, that's fine. You guys are here to support, and I love it. So you're learning, so I don't really care. At least not that much. 150? What do you think's gonna happen? Look at, he almost went off the cliff.
Oh, you fell too? Okay.
Okay. That's why it wasn't shown. Let me think real quick. So here's the thing. I have to make a judgment call. Yeah, his arm. I have to make a judgment call when I show you guys things. I haven't seen this video yet. I don't know how severe it's gonna get. Let me because there's a difference between showing you guys an educational value and showing you guys something that could be traumatizing. Not just for you, but for me. I do have PTSD of some sort. It's undiagnosed, but I do know that there's a bunch of triggers that causes me to not enjoy what I'm doing. So I have to double check everything, okay? So let me double check everything. Remember when I tell you guys that those guardrails can snap you in half? This is actually a good video. Let me get to where we were back at. I'll start it back up. Okay. I think we'll just we'll end it on that one. You ready? Here it is, guys. Okay, so in this situation, what I want you to do is just pull over and tighten it. Okay? I'm good here. I just it looked pretty bad. It's not that bad. I thought there would have been more. Okay, so be very careful. We're going really fast. We're gonna go into a low side. And so did his buddy. Okay.
Oh, you fell too? Okay. All right, bro.
His arm's not supposed to bend that way.
It's okay there, right? Watch out, watch out. Oh.
This is LA. This is United States.
Watch out, you can't stand up.
That's a dislocation.
Right,
that's in the AC joint.
Okay. You okay?
I gotta get up.
Okay.
Might have spontaneously popped back in.
Okay, bro.
When you dislocate something like that, it's not just a matter of it popping out and popping back in. It's you tore ligaments and tendons and possible muscle tissue, maybe chipped bones. So it's more than just let's pop it back in.
Hey, you gotta call 911 for an ambulance, okay?
Call 911.
Are you sure you wanna come up?
No.
Cause you're okay here.
Don't let him up.
You're all right, man. You don't need to come up.
I need to do something, man. My arm hurts.
Yeah, I know, cause it's dislocated here.
Unzipping the jacket. Check his chest, because I'm more concerned about his breathing. Unzip his jacket. Check his chest.
All right, bro.
Undo the strap, but keep the helmet on.
You want to sit up? Okay.
Don't sit him up. Could be a spinal injury. Leave him as is.
Is your arm all right?
It's dislocated here. Just grab it, okay? Just don't let him make effort. Yeah. Okay.
Look at the helmet.
This didn't happen, did it?
It did. But we have insurance. It's all okay. You okay, man?
I'll do an after-action review of it after this. Let's just watch.
Hold my arm forward.
Okay, so we need to call an ambulance, right? Because you have a broken arm.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah.
Take this off. Take my helmet off. You gotta do the strap. Do the strap.
No, we don't yet.
Do you want to call? What do you want to call?
Help?
See, you say somebody call 911. Call 911, but nobody did it. So you need to call 911.
She did. Okay, bro.
You see how nobody's doing anything?
A broken arm here.
I don't know if it's broken.
I think so.
Better he's
heard. Call 911. Get any help. All right, you okay, bro? Yeah. What? And put your bike up. Oil. Probably oil. Sit down right there. All right, well, we need to get help here.
I don't care about the bike. I don't care about the bike. I'm checking his ribs. I'm checking his spine. I'm checking if he has pulse motor sensory in that left arm. I'm getting my sling and swath, my triangular bandage out of my trauma kit to support that arm because he is in pain. His adrenaline's going to go away, so he's going to be in more and more pain. It's going to make him do more and more reckless things to be in more comfort. My only concern is that rider at that point. Now, right here, what I would be doing is double checking my body because adrenaline could be masking any injuries that I could be having because I was in the same incident. He had an issue hitting a guardrail. That's even more of a mechanism of injury. But my biggest concern is him right now and his breathing, since I know what I can deal with.
Wait.
Bike's totaled. Doesn't matter, it's totaled. Just like you said, we have insurance. We'll let the insurance take care of it. The thing is, my concern is my friend.
Well, that's it. We're like that.
How fast are you guys going?
150.
Probably too fast.
Okay.
See how he's just still sitting there? Just in the same spot. 10 minutes later. So that's not 10 minutes later. That's not 10 minutes later. That is, with this much personnel, that is probably 45 minutes to an hour later. So the 10 minutes later is probably when the first arriving officer or the EMS shows up on scene. But remember what he said, 10 minutes. Let's say he even shortened. Let's say 10 minutes was the real thing. 0 to 10 minutes until they show up and your friend is still sitting like that. One's if you had a punctured lung. One's if you went unconscious. That's 10 minutes of CPR. That's 10 minutes of rescue breathing. That's 10 minutes of interventions that you have to do. Realize that. And if there was no interventions done in those 10 minutes, your friend's dead. This is why you need that medical training. At this point, I'm just going to explain a few things. They have an incident command system going on. The people with the blue helmets are typically EMS or the head honchos, the incident commanders. When you see this and you see like there's so much stuff, why do we have to pay for all this? You know, why is there so many people? It takes a lot of resources to help somebody else out. If somebody dies, that's millions of dollars out of the economy. So spending a couple 10 grand or even 100 grand to save somebody's life does put that money back into the economy. So when you see something like this, that is very, very important to get them that the help. So he's being airlifted. He's being airlifted possibly to go to a level 1 trauma center. So he's going to have massive surgeries. He probably has multi-system trauma. If it was just a dislocation, here's the thing. If it was just a dislocation, if it was just a broken bone, they would have probably went BLS, so basic life support. They would have went in an ambulance. The simple fact that he's being airlifted out to go to a trauma center is because he has probably multi-system trauma. His vitals are probably tanking. You notice when he was sitting down a little while ago, staring off into space like that, how come he's not interested in what we're doing with the bikes? It's because he has a traumatic brain injury, so he probably has something going on here that they deemed was very necessary to possibly get to a trauma center. He could have been starting to trend downward, so he's probably had decent vitals when they showed up, and then all of a sudden it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And that is compensatory shock. Hopefully I said that right. We're about 3 hours into this live stream. So he's compensating prior to going into a nosedive of decompensating shock. We'll fix that in post. Anyways, he's getting worse and worse and worse. So they trended him towards something bad. So it's like we need to get him to the hospital quicker through a helicopter or via helicopter versus an ambulance that could possibly take an hour. The helicopter will take 15 minutes. That's how important it is to make sure we're not going to put ourselves in that situation, because we don't know what level of severity of an injury we're going to have. We just know that we don't want to have it. So make sure you do slow look, press and roll. Make sure you have good trail braking. If you did an advanced class, don't try to go fast. This all started because his helmet, I don't want to go all the way back, but his helmet was not strapped all the way, so he got distracted and crashed. Okay, his buddy probably saw the crash and paid attention and saw it, and then he crashed too. Or maybe they both crashed because they're both going too fast. But this is just a situation where we need to be very careful.
Do you have a cell phone? Do you have his cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna give it to him because he said he's gonna need it when he gets there to call. They got his wallet. He's got his wallet.
No, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, that way he has his contacts to who he needs to contact.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You riding the other bike? Okay, let me go track you over here so I can hear you. It won't let me send it. Right over here by the car.
Look away. That hurts, getting that in your eyes.
Okay, so he just tapped you and you guys both went down? What's that?
You're right, Michael. There's a cross there, a crucifix there. Somebody's died. Same spot. There's a reason why you should take it easy. You're the lucky one in this situation. You're the lucky one. He's gonna get a ride home because his bike is dead.
Oh man, I don't want to.
You can put your backpack back here, man. Or stuff.
I don't want to just.
Oh, you're fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
They get completely clean.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm good here.
Let's keep watching. This is from Superbike Discovery, so make sure you check out his channel. So it looks like he's... The reason why they're keeping the collar on is probably going to put in x-rays and double checking. He's got a catheter in already, so he is getting ready for surgery. But if he was going to go into surgery, the camera guy wouldn't be with him. So it looks like he's just on his way to get x-rays. Because that's just a normal tech. It's probably a radiology tech. Because typically the C collar comes off once the doctors see that there's no cervical spine issues. Yeah, easily 45 minutes to an hour for the ambulance to show up. So guys, this is why we need to have a med kit. This is exactly why we need to have a med kit. And let me take that back. We need a trauma kit. Med kits are typically for medical emergencies like diabetes and heart attacks and stuff like that. This is for, we need a trauma kit. So inside your trauma kit, you should have just the bare essentials. In my trauma kit, I do have the bare essentials. In fact, let me go ahead and copy and paste what I have in the description. So after the fact, we can kind of talk about a little bit of that. So let me go ahead and find that for you. I don't have it in there right now just because I don't feel like I need to have it in every single time, but maybe I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the description. You might have to refresh your browser. Okay. So right now I have my trauma kit on my bike, which is in the garage. So I won't be able to get it for you. But in this situation, if you're just now joining, this is what happened. The hard part with showing you guys what to do with it is that I can't give you what you need when it comes to medical. There's a lot you can do when it comes to riding a bike, but this right here is why.
Okay.
That is dislocated / broken. It looks like his humerus might be broken too. The humerus is this bone where your bicep tricep is. You notice how it's curved? This is curved. It's like a full long curve instead of like a breaking out and then 90 degrees.
Watch out, you can't
Yeah, that's not his elbow. I don't think that's his elbow. I think part of it is curved.
All right, bro. Okay. You okay?
I gotta get up.
Okay.
So I included the stuff I have in the description, so you might want to refresh.
Okay, bro. Okay. It's gonna be okay, man.
I would like to do a video on the trauma kit. The problem is it's very difficult to show what it is you absolutely do need to do when it comes to the trauma kit. That's why I am an accident scene management instructor. So please check out the link in the description to at least get the online course, so you know what it is you need to use, and how to use it. But in this situation, what I would be doing is once I got his arm in anatomical position, which is what they did, so you're perfectly okay to do that. You don't want to cause more pain, so you don't want to force it. You know, if all of a sudden you feel like resistance, his arm's like this. If you feel resistance, you don't want to like, okay, here you go, 1, 2, 3, and break more. No, if it's like resistance, it's like, okay, you try to find a way to get it into the anatomical position, if that's the case. With this, what I'd be doing is I'd be zipping his jacket down, and I would undo his strap, but I would keep his helmet on. I would take his gloves off. I would take and expose as much as I possibly could. But at minimum, unzip that jacket. Because when you unzip that jacket and you get it open, you can at least take a look at his chest and his ribs. Okay, so you want to check his ribs. You want to check and make sure every rib is there. You want to palpate, which is you're touching. You want to make sure they're there. If you feel like a decompression or if there's anything going in, so you got to be more concerned about his lungs at that point. But at least take his jacket off.
I don't know if you hurt his back.
You're all right, man. You don't need to come up.
I need to do something, man. My arm hurts.
Yeah.
You're going to hear that no matter what. You're going to sit him up, his arm's going to hurt. You're going to lay him down, his arm's going to hurt. You're going to support his arm, it's going to hurt less. So that's where you get that triangular bandage, okay? And I wish I could... So I'll just go with what I have in the... So I got some triangular bandage. So triangular bandage. Let's see. So this is a triangular bandage. So typically it says triangular bandage, and this is what you can do with a triangular bandage. Okay, so it's called a sling and swath. So this is what you learn in. I wish I could find a better way. So this is what you can find, or this is what you know you can do in class. You learn how to do that in class. Okay, you learn how to use that in class. That's going to support the AC joint, and it's going to take pressure off it. So now it's not hanging down and pulling on those tendons that hurt. It's going to keep it nice and up, and that's part of my trauma kit that I have. And you're going to learn that in class. So when it comes to this situation, it's like, okay, let's go ahead and get that prepped and ready so it's less painful, but my main concern is your airway, breathing, circulation. So when it comes to this arm right here, this is the major distracting injury. We don't know if his ribs are broken. We don't know how his spine is. We don't know how his legs are. We don't know how this arm is. We don't know how the brain is. We don't know how the skull is. All we know is what we can see right in front of us. And it's this, it's that arm. So we should support that at some point, okay?
Yeah, I know, because it's Okay.
So look at the helmet. That's why you should wear a helmet, guys. Back of the head even.
This didn't happen, did it?
It did.
This didn't happen, did it? So he's now coming to, he understands that something bad happened.
But we have insurance, it's all okay. You okay, man?
Also remember, nobody called 911 yet, so make sure that you get that going.
Yeah, I looked back, I'm like, wow,
Pull my arm forward.
So this right here, he has muscle tissue, right? So it's like he should be strong enough to lift it. Why can't he lift his own arm? So when I talk about having injuries to the body in the musculoskeletal system, is that think of it as like scaffolding for your body. So if you break a bone, you lose structural stability. Your muscles can only contract and relax when it's attached to a bone. But if the bone isn't there and it's almost like jelly, you're going to be jelly. The muscle is muscle is muscle. When you have a T-bone steak and you hold up the T-bone, it stays, pretty straight, right? But when you have just a regular piece of steak with no bone in it, it kind of falls over a little bit. It's not structurally stable. And that's what happens when you break a bone or you tear the ligaments. Okay, you tear ligaments. If you tear ligaments or break bones, you lose that structural stability. So he has the muscle tissue, he has everything. Maybe the bones are intact, but they're not connected in the way that the human body is capable of moving it. So he's not able to lift his own arm. So when he says, I need help doing it, it's obvious that we can see it. It's an obvious injury. It's an obvious deformity. When he says he needs help, okay, there's massive problems with that arm.
Okay.
So now it's creating weight on that shoulder joint where it's injured, so it's starting to hurt. So with that sling and swath, what's going to happen is that he's like this, and it's like hurting. The sling and swath's going to pull it up, bring it here, and now it's in line. It's in line with it. So now you're going to keep it up. So instead of having to use one arm to hold it up like this, it's a sling and swath. So you're able to use this other arm, and you're able to move around. And the bandage is tiny inside your trauma kit, and you can learn how to do a lot of stuff with that.
Okay, so we need to call an ambulance, right? Because you have a broken arm?
Yes. It's not just about broken arm. It's about the fact that you're not going to be able to get home because you're on motorcycles. The motorcycles are destroyed. You're also very injured. And then on top of that, which actually should be the first thing, is that the mechanism of injury, he is severely hurt. So you see how he's just kind of talking, he's doing this stuff right now, and then later on he's just staring into space. I think that's where the traumatic brain injury came in. So the fact that he's like, well, should we call? No, just call. Straight up, just call 911. Call.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah.
Take this off. Take my helmet off.
Don't take it off. Just unstrap the strap.
You gotta do the strap. Do the strap.
Guys, can help coming? No, we don't yet.
Do you want to call? What do you want to call?
Help?
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do, and this is where you need to have that training, guys. Please have that training. Please go out there and get the training from accidentscene.org. There's the link in the description. Use code DDFM for $5 off your online class. I don't get any money out of it. Just get the training, please. That way you know what to do in this situation.
No,
Here, take my helmet off.
She did.
You see how he's kind of staring off into space? It could just be the just like, oh man, what happened? I can't believe this happened. But you need to start asking these questions, and you need to start doing assessment. You need to start seeing if he is fully alert, because he might not be. And if that's the case, there's a traumatic brain injury involved and a few other things involved. Just don't look at him and be like, oh, he's just kind of sitting there in shock. The term shock gets thrown around quite a bit when it comes to the movies and TV. Shock is hypoperfusion. It means there's tissue that's not getting what needs, the nutrients it needs. So the brain, if it goes into neurogenic shock and a few other things, that there's neurogenic hemo shock, there's a ton septic shock, there's a ton of different kinds of shock. hypovolemic shock, all that stuff. So this one, we don't know exactly what it could be. It could just be a brain injury, a traumatic brain injury. It doesn't have to be shock. So let's not throw around the term shock like it's happening. He might not be in shock, but the signs and symptoms and what he's displaying looks like shock from the movies. It's actually a traumatic brain injury in real life sometimes, especially in something like this. Sarasu, that's pretty much it. That's it.
Just have a broken arm here.
I don't know if it's broken.
I think so.
Battery's hurt. Call 911. Get any help.
All right, you okay, bro?
Yeah, what?
And put your bike up.
Well, probably well.
See how his arm is still laying there?
Well, we need to get help here.
You see how he's just sitting there? Like, he obviously doesn't sit like that. He obviously talks to you. You know, he's your best bud. You guys got into a crash together. You're not too worried about him because you're scared for him. The fact that he's just kind of sitting there, like, staring off into space, and he's not, like, screaming in pain because his arm hurts, he's probably having issues. There's something going on in the brain, and that's probably why he has to go through probably a bunch of stuff in the hospital. But be very careful with that. Can't do anything for the brain. All you can do is support his life system. So if he stops breathing, you breathe for him. If his heart stops beating, you beat for him with CPR. You try to stop any bleeds. You can't do anything for the arm other than support it so there's less pain. So that's all you can do until EMS shows up. But that's the thing, is that all those things could be life-saving. You know, putting his arm back in anatomical position could possibly save the arm, because if it was all bent up, it could cut off blood circulation for over an hour, and that's not a good thing. It could also cause problems with bones, you know, breaking arterioles and arteries and veins and venules and everything. So you got to be very careful when it comes to this. Make sure you have your trauma kit. Make sure you know what you're doing. Take that class. Okay, guys, that's pretty much what that is. We've already saw quite a bit when it came to everything going on there. I just want to say thank you guys for being a part of this class. We did a little bit extra today. We did 2 hours and 47 minutes of class. I appreciate everything. We got a bunch of new members, got a bunch of super chats, which I thank you very much. But for the to end today's class, and I'm going to be editing a bunch of other things for tomorrow and this week, please click that subscribe button. Please click that join button. Go to the Discord. The Discord is absolutely free. The free Discord, guys. This is the crew lounge, though. So if you are a member, you get access to the crew lounge. Let me go ahead and... I don't know what I'm going to post. Whatever, I'll just leave it like that. How about that? So the crew lounge, if you are a crew member, sync up your Discord and YouTube membership. That way you get access to the crew lounge. But the rest of the Discord is absolutely free. We have a bunch of resources. We have a training center so you can ask new rider questions, parking lot practice style stuff. We have a mental health section. We have a lounge where you can all hang out. So please join, have some fun. Let's have some fun in there. I'll see you guys around.